on? We got a early 4 stream today. What the hell is happening? Alright, this. So today, for the second time in a row, I'm going to be giving Hefe a little play. I want to see if I can get his Hero's Anger to work a bit better this time. Last time I had issues with it. I have talked to Runboy since and told him how I thought about some of the cards in his deck. And where I personally thought there could be some improvements. But I'm gonna try them again before I actually write up a cast review on them. Just to make sure that I'm kind of getting a better, seeing what it's like with maybe a better experience, maybe. Um, and I'm two-handing it like I normally do, and I'm gonna be putting them up with Batsy Walker, aka the Hellcat. I just put this as a release status, which I did immediately after making a couple minor tweaks to her deck. Um, but she's officially released now. She's one of my favorite characters that I've made. I'm happy with her deck. All right. Her big thing is that she wants to hoard as many mental rule cards as possible so that she can attach them to her identity, because when they're attached to her identity, she can use them as resources to make her cards better. El Jefe over here, he wants to get his hero's anger attached to enemies, preferably the villain. It'll give him damage boosts. Here's his hero's anger. Um, Give not just him, but everybody damage boosts against whoever it's attached to. And then a lot of his cards are affected by what's going on with hero's anger. And the villain that we're going against today, I'm going to be doing some more playtesting on Graviton. I think Graviton might have been who I playtested last time I did a playtest. I can't even remember. Um, so he's gonna be messing with player decks. He's gonna be messing with his own deck, especially in phase 2 when he gets these 2 cards in. Make sure I shuffle this up. He's running with the modulars for standard 1, lightning rods, which is custom created for this, and Mecha Hulk, which is also custom created for this. We're gonna let Jeff take first player here, and let's get started. So he starts with his 4. I don't forget anything else on him. After he attacks and damages you. I know I misspelled lose the game. I accidentally spelled loose. So we'll make sure to fix that after this. First one threat, so nothing there. When Graviton 2 enters play, that's when these 2 come into play. This stack right here is a stack of redeemers that you can add to your hand. And I want to say real quick, Ron, if you do watch this at any points, you have this right here, which I do appreciate. You said, I think one of the biggest critiques that a lot of people have had on Jeff is that Heroes Anger, the original version, did not have Jeff on it. It's one of the critiques I had on it as well. You have since made this, which is awesome. I don't know why you didn't do this one to begin with. I know that you said before it's other people getting angry on behalf of Jeff. That doesn't really translate too well to the image of to the theme of the card, though. Also, you have 2 different bags in your on your table. One that has the bigger box bag, like this one right here. One that has a little button bag, whatever you want to call it. The smaller bag does not have the alternate art version of this, for whatever reason. Anyways, now that I got that out of the way, let me go ahead and start playing here. So this will lose a lot of attack potential if Hero's Anger is not attached, which you can't attach it. You can only attach it when he's hit. So, all right. Hefe, after enemy attacks and damages Jeff. After the villain phase begins, find Hero's Anger and set it aside. So, I mean, both of these lose a lot of what they're going to do without Hero's Anger attached to anything. This will be useless to play right now. I need to get his max health, which is 24 in the first phase. Alright, how do I not do this then? Because getting these two cards without a Hero's Anger attached kind of sucks. Guess I can get Squirrel. Yeah, I can get Squirrel Girl in here. Let's go Stinger. This, get Squirrel Girl. She enters and deals 1 damage to him. Attack for 2. Kind of want to play Pleading Eyes just to knock off some little bit of this 4th threat. Because neither of these two decks, by the way, are Justice decks. So whatever I can do to help mitigate what's going on here is a good idea. See, I think I'm going to play Pleading Eyes. Whirlpool will be better later on. There's also another copy of it in here. So knock off 2 there. Doreen. Let's change these counters real quick. Will attack. Actually, let's have her remove 1 threat. Keep it as low as possible. And that is going to end Jeffy's turn. Alright, Hellcats. So, after I play a card with a printed mental resource attached to that card, Hellcats. Twice per round I can do it to a maximum of 3 cards attached. And then they generate mental resources. So, I can start hitting him now if I want to. This will lose out on some damage if I don't have mental for it. Ooh, I've got decisions to make. I have decisions to make. Let's just not do this right now. So I'm going to Cybo attack for 4. And then attach it to my identity, so I have that as a resource. I'm going to chase him down and Cybo attack on Hell of a Bunch, which would do 4 damage. But since I paid for it using only mental, because it was right there, it does 6 damage and gains overkill. The overkill doesn't matter. So we're already off to a really good damage start right now. I can get Heedy out right now. Hey, actually, no, let's get Heedy out. I'll have her for when I actually get to alter ego form here. And then I will, let's attack for 2. So that was a really good, really good damage round between the 2 of them. Let's see if I can keep that up. I'm actually really surprised. Graviton's not overly challenging in any way. He is more of a field trip. And you'll go through some stuff with him. So it's possible that this is a cakewalk, and I don't feel challenged by this at all. All right, so Graviton now at the resolving step 1 of the villain phase. So let's get our 2 here. Place 1 threat, so that part doesn't happen at all because there is no side schemes in play. So he will attack Jeff. Now, the issue that Jeff is going to have is Jeff wants to take damage, but Graviton, when he deals damage, he gets rid of the cards from the top of the deck and his own, so he'll mill through his deck faster. But Jeff is going to take it. So Jeff gets exhausted anyways, so he takes 3 damage. And Hero's Anger will attach to him. And then the top card gets discarded. The top card gets discarded. Attacks Hellcats. Doreen's going to block this. Thank you, Doreen. Ooh, that would have been a good chunk of damage, too. Alright. Counter card. And counter card. Deposit. Discard cards on the top thing. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Then deal 1 damage to identity for each boost. Place 1 threat for each star. Ooh. That is 3 damage back to Jeff again. Oops, 604. That is extremely strong right there. It doesn't always come out that strong, but that one is extremely strong. Mr. Immortal. So the theme with all the lightning rods is when they are defeated, um, they tend to do something positive. But except for Mr. Immortal, all of the rest of them have a way to benefit the rest of the lightning rods, I believe. If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I made them. I recently went through and I put the set icons on them, but I might have blanked out a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and give that back over here. So now Hellcat has somebody to attack. So claws in my hand. I have Tigra. I have cat-like reflexes. It's a shame I had all my damaging stuff from the beginning there. I guess I'll get my claws out. Actually, do I want to get Tiger out? Actually, I don't want to get my claws out. I want to get... Decisions. Let's spend Tigra to get me Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel will... Oops. Come on, lag. Thank you. Attacked Mr. Immortal for 2. I want to use a basic power. So this will be happening while I'm attacking. Spend that to get a mental resource card back from my discard pile. It goes into my hand or my deck. Shuffle my deck. So I kind of want to get Hell of a Punch back in. I shall... Do I want to thwart or do I want to... If I attack the villain, I actually do 1 more damage. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I'll attack for 3. Because Hero's Anger gives me that additional attack. And I think that's going to end Hellcat's turn. So my claws, which I will get eventually out here. Alright. What we got here? It's after a player card leaves play. So that's a good card. Innovation. Oh, damn. No allies. So now this, though, is useful. So let's spend 1 for Thief of Justice. Thief for Justice. Let's spend these 2 for a Big Bite, which will deal 4 plus 2 more damage. So 6 damage to the villain. So that's already pushing them into phase 2. This is going by extremely fast. So Graviton 2. Put these in here. He has 14 per person, so 28. I might need to give him more health on that first round. He's actually doing a decent amount of damage in this game. Jeff's pulling his weight. So player card leaves play. It can be anybody's player card. I need to double check something. His player cards are hero cards, right? It's not just any card they have. Oh, any player card. Okay. So anything can be a player card. Doesn't have to be hero-specific cards. According to this. Cards may belong to various classifications, such as identity-specific player cards or aspect player cards. Alright, so player cards are anything. So if Monica Rambeau dies, Thief for Justice can proc. Also, should the word "for" be capitalized? I honestly don't know. I can't remember the last time I've seen the word "for" in a title. Let me look at that real quick. Since this game is shaping up to be kind of quickly, I might have a moment that I can spend to look online. as I look at every wrong area of the FAQ. Yeah, 4 should be lowercase because you can see all for one is, let me pull out one here for the table. All for one is, what is all for one? Event card to cost. So yeah. So like you can see there, 4 should be lowercase. Removing 13 points off of your score. So what has he got on him? He's got Falcon's Wings. He's got Widow's Gauntlets. What are the? I forget what she calls them off the top of my head. The Eye of Agamotto. Looks like Kate Bishop's arrow because it's purple. Miles Morales' mask and Captain America's shield. Yeah, good boy, I guess. But yeah, that ends his turn. We're already on phase 2. Anything special happens here after he attacks and damages, you discard the top card. Yep, still that one. And a side scheme with the invert keyword is defeated, shuffle each card attached to it to its owner's deck. So the invert cards will also attach cards to them. Maybe we'll start seeing some here, and then I'll have a headache because I have to keep track of a character I don't know, a character I know, and the invert keyword, which will be really fun. Pernal, but one of that damage. Yeah, Irresistible Cuteness is an extremely good card. Gwynspool's House is an extremely important card for this deck. Oh my god, and then Gwyn Carrier. Why do I have all the cards I want to keep in my hand? This 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, I forgot who it was in one of my, I think it might have been Gold, pointed out to me that Hellcat has a possible broken combination for her with Assess the Situation, because Assess the Situation is a free card that has a printed mental resource that gives a +1 hand size. And then you essentially would attach it to her identity and then still have a +1 hand size. Because I know one of the things that makes Hellcat as strong as she is when she's attaching resources to her, it's essentially an extension of her hand. So having an extended hand plus attaching it to your identity is extremely strong. This is the pre-con I made before I remembered Assess the Situation existed. When I made this, I forgot it existed. It doesn't break her, it makes her extremely strong, so I'm not changing those mechanics on her. I just don't have it in her pre-con. Feel free to put it in your deck so when you make your own. So starting over here, these two. Phase 1, place 1 additional threat on this. Side scheme, nope, none of those. Alright, so attacks Jeff. Jeff is going to be a good boy and take this. This is when he takes damage, yes. So this would be 3 damage. I'm going to spend... I can spend First Aid and plop down Irresistible Cuteness, which reduces it to 1. And it would reattach Hero's Anger. Oh, this is an upgrade. Shit. Okay, I can't do that then. He just has to take the 3 damage. And it still attaches though. Alright, we come over to Hellcats. So I got another cat-like reflexes. That's good. I just recently made a change to this. This is one of the 2 cards in here I made a change to right when I made this a released. I had it at before +3 defense, which is a ridiculous amount of blocking. Alright, so attacks me. I will defend, and I will plop down cat-like reflexes as well, which will attach. If I take no damage from this, I get to add or attach another mental card to it. So blocking for 4, and I take 4, so I take none. Oh yeah, Jeff has to lose the top. So actually, I don't even have that one because it's going to be this one that hits me instead. Again, 4. And then Mr. Immortal attacks me for 2. Counter And encounter. Assault. The villain attacks. Okay, Jeff, you might actually have to defend yourself now. Yeah, I'm going to defend for 2. So this is going to hit me for just the 2 damage, so no damage. I don't believe that with him being put into play while this is happening. Yeah, because this has to resolve before he would be able to do anything, I believe. So he can't assault me. Or assault Hefe. Energy absorption attached to Mecha Hawk. He cannot have the most printed hit points. Here you go. Takes half damage. So the Mecha Hawk modular is extremely strong. I built it that way on purpose because the lightning rods can be annoying, but they're not strong and they help you. And I wanted Mecha Hulk to be the complete opposite of that. All right. All right. With that being done, hop over to Jeffy. So Jeff is in a bad way right now. If I flip him now, he's going to get rid of Hero's Anger, which I don't think is going to be the biggest deal in the world. It is imperative right now that I get out Irresistible Cuteness and Gwenpool's House. Gwenpool's House is extremely important for this deck. Unfortunately, I don't have any leadership, so it's just kind of a wasted resource, but I have to get Gwenpool's House is important. I don't want to risk keeping him up for another turn. I need to keep Helicarrier, so I'm going to spend first aid to get Irresistible Cuteness in play. I hate to do this, but I have to flip him. That'll get rid of Hero's Anger. That's a good boy. I might hold off on using Gwenpool's House to find Gwen. Actually, no, I don't get a bonus for her. So let me search for Gwen. All right, find Gwen. So I will have her guaranteed next turn to get into play. Her and Kate Bishop are pretty vital to this deck success, so that is important. I'll put this up here so I remember to proc it. Oh yeah, shit. I took no damage from that attack, so I need to attach a mental here. Let's just attach Jason down. So I have all this available to me now. All right. I can On the Prowl for threats. So another change is to On the Prowl. I made it remove 1 additional threat, so it's a 2/4 by default, and it can go up to 2/6. It's a strong thwart, but it's a good thwart. It's a vital thwart. I think what I'm going to do here is drop 1, 2 to On the Prowl, which will attach now, but it deals 6 damage. Or no, excuse me, it ruins 6 threat. So I'm going to drop this down the middle. So he has all damage to him. That sucks. I'll spend 1, 2 to get my claws. I'm going to do this without Monica. Oops, excuse me. Without Monica using her ability. Only does 1 damage to Mr. Immortal, but that's just what it is. I can hit the Sky Raiders for 2, but they'd be alive anyways. It doesn't really do much for anybody. I'm going to get Mr. Immortal taken care of so I can hit the villain. And also get rid of this. So that's going to end their turns. My laptop keeps falling asleep. I use it to look at chat, and my laptop keeps falling asleep. Why is it falling asleep? Stop that. I have to jiggle my mouse every now and then. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw up. She-Hulk. Hey, Outer Demons. I usually like having this on the second go through. Alright, and then Jeff has a 6-card hand side. Another thing I miss, like when I'm playing with other people, where I'm playing one just like a single deck, is just being able to just press a button and draw that many cards. So he's got a big bite again, team building exercise. See, oh my god, he's an Avenger. Why is he an Avenger? It's one of those things like I don't blame him for being an Avenger. He's a West Coast Avenger. Should the West Coast Avengers be their own thing? Question mark. Separate from the Avengers. In my opinion, yes, just because they're just like a branch of the Avengers. It's kind of like how, actually, no, I guess the Avengers do operate separately from Shield. I don't know. There's some interesting decisions to make with that. I, as a creator, would count the West Coast Avengers as a different group, but I also don't blame anybody for putting them in the same organization. All right, what do we got? What do we got? That's all taken care of. Threats, 2 here. He doesn't get the additional threat because there's no side schemes. None of his side schemes are coming out. Interesting. All right, so schemes for 2 and then 1, and attacks over here. I have no defense. I might just take this. I might just take all this. Yeah, I'm just gonna take all this. Oof, 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is discarded. Oh, Iron Man, no. And then, ooh, there's one of the inverts. So inverted, what this does is see it hinder. So I have 6 threat on it by default. Invert each player deck, which would make this the deck and this the discard pile. Then when a player card is discarded from the top of the player deck, attach it to this card instead of just discarding it. So it is important to get rid of the invert cards quickly. All right. And then 2 damage from Mr. Mortal. Let this. Honestly, probably would have blocked the other way. So I took. Yeah, no, it's too late. I've already made up my stupid mind. Nice. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that. Counter and counter. Doorman, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a lightning rod and put it into play. Engage with you. Who would be an easy one to deal with? Dina's going to come in with Quick Strike, which is not a bad idea. Guess she can't Quick Strike. Now all lightning rods get Quick Strike though. Quick Strike. Oh shit. So she's gonna have to flip down. All right. First player moves on to Hellcat. I got She-Hulk and Black Cat in my hand. I can do this real quick. I'll do 2 damage. It's 3 damage. It's right. I'd actually be killing it. So this would be 1 damage. I can defeat Mr. Immortal though. So let me attack him. It'll be 1 damage because it's rounded down. And then I will spend. My technique's so good. She-Hulk. Spend Black Cat for Precision Strike, which will do 1 damage to him, which will defeat him. If it defeats an enemy, heal 2 damage for myself, because I'm the only hero right now. When defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy. We'll deal 2 damage to. Let's hit Dina for 2. And he gets shuffled back into the deck. This is gone. Nah, this is really. Oh, this is kind of attached to me. I'm probably just gonna have to flip them and accept it for what it is. Yeah, I gotta flip. And the villain schemes against you, draw one card if it has a permanent mental resource. I'm going to use Heedy Wolf to get a mental card attached to me here. Let's just make it something not really important. So that's... And that will end Patsy's turn. Jeff, heal. Oh, I could have done this. Oh well, that would have been what, 3 threat removal? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix it now. That's my own stupidity. Retaliate 1. I don't think the retaliate 1's gonna do much in this situation, but Gwen. I need to get Gwen Carrier out. I really do. Let me flip. Because I can only play it if I have Avenger. So the Mighty Avengers. Because I can get Gwen pulled back with her house. So I can spend her as a resource. Team building exercise for Gwen Carrier. Let's spend that resource to get uncontrollable or undeniable. Feist, want to get it? Yeah, that's because Big Bite's not hitting hard right now. Undeniable feistiness. Unfortunately, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna. I mean, at least these enemies are only doing 1 damage each, so I just have to worry about Graviton doing damage here. I think that will end his turn. So let's ready him. Game, stop lagging. Laptop, stop falling asleep. Let's draw your hand size, Jeffy. 3, 4. You're not an alter ego anymore. Excuse me. 4. Big deal. Ooh. Ready up. Do I want to discard it? Yeah, Outer Demon's usually better for my second run of the deck. So let's do that. Alright. So 1, 2. Schemes against Patsy. Villain schemes against you, draw 1 card. If it is a mental resource, it is a mental resource. Reduce the amount of threat placed by 1. So schemes for just 2 and discard an upgrade in my play area. That is awful. Why did I make that? Why did I do that to myself? Seriously, I only have 6 cards in my hand? Oh, because I got rid of this. Okay. Oh no, but I should still have another card in my hand. Because I'm an alter ego form, so yeah, I should have this. God damn, these precision strikes. Not that I'm complaining. Alright. Attacks Jeff. For 2, 3, I'm going to drop Irresistible Cuteness to drop it to 1 damage. And then I'll use Thief for Justice to remove 1 threat. And then I have Retaliate 1. And I cannot attach Hero's Anger to him because I'm engaged with minions. Sky Raider attacks me for 1. I take it. He gets retaliated back for 1. Doorman attacks me for 1. He gets retaliated for 1. And I'm going to put Hero's Anger on him to help kill him faster. Dina attacks me for 1 and gets retaliated against for 1. Encounter. Oops. Let's do that the other way. Ooh, thank God. So this will still hit me in alter ego. So this will hit me for just 1 damage. Okay, so that's not the biggest deal. Last one was 3. Sky Island! That is rough. I just sank some damage there. So, Sky Island, each character with the aerial trait gets +1 to each of their basic powers. It takes 1 less damage when dealt damaged by characters without the aerial trait. None of these dudes can fly. You can spend 2 mental or 2 energy though to get rid of it, which is probably what I'm gonna have to do. Is my text what large size large on that? It doesn't look like 50. Maybe it's because the rest of the text is small because it's 7 lines. I have to double check that. So who's on the Jeff? So Jeff is going to spend 2 on Clue. See if I can get Whirlpool here. I don't even have a damn event. Clue, you're really awesome. You're very cool, dude. 2 on Big Bites, and then knock it on this one right here. Defeat him. When defeated, the player who defeats Swordsman searches their deck for an ally and adds it to their hand. Hawkeye. I can grab Hawkeye before I even get her house. Let's grab Hawkeye and get it before I get her house. Because now her house can be used to focus on her. So Doorman is defeated. I'll get +2 wreck while I'm in alter ego. Did I wreck since I used this? Oh my god, I forgot that text. I'm gonna have to flip. Spend this for Hawkeye. She gets 2 counters, right? 2 row counters. And it is whenever an enemy deals damage to you, Jeff. Which I'm not going to worry about because I'm going to be flipping and healing for 6. 13, so he's in a good spot. That would get rid of Hero's Anger. Hero's Anger is already taken care of. 1 less damage, so I can't even hurt Tina with Kalu. I can't hurt anybody with Kalu because Graviton's aerial. I can't hurt anybody with Hawkeye either. So they might as well do nothing. They're not going to actually remove 1 threat with Kalu, which I don't remember if I put threat on the main scheme. So let's just put the 2 threat. So the biggest deal if I accidentally double dipped on that. This to get a printed mental resource attached to my identity. Let's grab, chase him down. Heal for 3. Flip. Use hell of a punch. Alright. So let me do this. Spend 2 mental to get rid of this. So now everything does its normal damage. Let's spend this right here is pretty big. Spend 1, 2, 3. Sorry, babe. Sorry, BFF. So after playing an aggression event, using a mental resource, now it does additional damage, which is a big deal. Use Precision Strike to play Precision Strike. So that does 3 damage now. So let's knock this one out. It'll heal me by 2. Let me spend... I kind of want everything in my hand. I mean, I could do it again. Yeah, we'll do it again. Prison Strike for 3 damage. Let's get rid of this because I don't want Quick Strike on my Lightning Rods. Defeats that, heals me by 2, which will just heal me by 1. I am exhausted. I can play one of these 2. I'm not going to because I want to keep Hell of a Punch in my hand. I'm taking it's going to be... It's such a good card for this deck. That will end her turn. Oops. I do that. I do that so much. Hit the wrong button when I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, there's the event now. In Kate's house. So there. And 3. Hell Iron. Well, it's a shame Iron Man's in here. One attack. Probably want to get that out. Of course, I want to get out. I'm going to play all these freaking cards. Alright, so 1, 2. Schemes for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of 22. Attacks the Hellcats, who will honestly just take it. 2. 1, 2. Then quick strikes, and then I'm just going to take the 1 damage from the regular attack. Oh, because she got damaged, discard the top, and discard the top. There's my freaking suit. So her 2 main upgrades are discarded, or 2 of her 3 main upgrades are discarded. No, that's both of them, because that's her thwart one. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Flipping over. There we are. The first time of the game, we get a Redeemer card. So it starts off with 6. The scheme is defeated. The player that defeated it takes that ally into their hand and removes a scheme from the game. Which is what it would normally. Probably don't need to remove this card from the game if it's got victory on it. Ooh, bring them in. Reveal, discard the top card of the encounter deck until 8 lightning rod is discarded. Put it into play. Engage with you. It gets 4. I kind of have to deal with that now. By Redeemers. Freaking Mr. Immortal's back. Oh, all right. So, gameplay moves on. Let me. I want to play this, but at the same time, it's not the biggest deal as long as I'm playing my cards attached to me. So, I'm going to. Not Hell Iron. I have to use a Hell of a Punch to pay for Hell of a Punch, don't I? Yeah, 1, 2 for Hell of a Punch. Do 6 damage to an enemy, so let's just knock Mr. Immortal out now. Which gets shuffled back in. So he deals 2 damage to an enemy. Let's finish off this gun. And it gets shuffled back in. And 4th threat removed is not the worst thing in the world. You get that under control. This, I might as well just spend these and keep that attached to me. So I can have future resources available to me. Do on the prowl to remove 4th threat from this. That way I can have free reign at 1, 2. And I want to flip. They probably flip next turn. Yeah, I think I'm going to flip next turn. I'm going to move it on to Jeff. Jeff is surprisingly not at full health. There's minimal enemies to attack. You know, I'm not going to heal him up to full. Flip. I can whirlpool this and hit him as well. That's a decision. It's this. Kate's house. Exhaust Kate's house, put one here. Big bite is still not big right now. One. This would be not getting too much value out of Whirlpool, but still decent enough. Stalion's a good card, but do I need it? Need it? Need it? No, I don't think so. So we're going to Whirlpool here. 3, hit for 3. I need to keep both of these. Also, other resources for them. Kalu will off himself to remove one threat from the main scheme, because that is a problem right now. And that'll end his turn. He's got 2 good cards for himself in his hand. 2, 3. Okay, that's what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I need to get Scimitar in play because I got 2 Sonic Assaults. Let's have this. This is also important. This is, I can't play this because he's got a Quinn Carrier. Jeff has a Quinn Carrier. What is the world coming to? All right, 1, 2, and then 1 additional one from the Redeemers. All right, starting with Jeff, he attacks. Jeff will take this. I don't have any of his things that reduce it. So what's the order of operations here? It's a good question. The damage happens, and he is put into play with you as a boost. Does the damage happen first? As the damage happens before the boost effect happens, then I can put Hero's Anger on the villain. Let me Google this. Boost. Boost effect happens first, followed by the attack damage. When the villain attacks, boost cards. Okay, so the boost effect would happen first. So then he attacks for 1 off a quick strike, and then attacks for 1. Hero's Anger will attach to him. Just how it's got to go. This, I am going to. I think I am just going to. Yeah, I'm kind of neutered right now. I'll defend. I'll take 2 damage. I did all that backwards. Oh well. Oh frickin' well. So she blocked for 2 when she should have gotten. She should have gotten this, which would have been okay. So she was this. She's going to block. She takes no damage. Then she gets hit for 2 because the quick strike. All right. And then he gets attacked. He takes it. He had taken 2 before. Now he takes 4, so he loses 2 more. Now Hero's Anger actually attaches to him. I have a reverse these, cancel out, treat the text, your text box as blank until the end of the player phase. So they're still attached to her, but She can't use them as resources. That sucks so bad. Oh man, that is awful for her. Villain schemes 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. I fixed all that out of turn order BS. It's power of leadership, my team training, and oh yeah, I could have done this as well to deal 2 damage to him when he hit me. Oh yeah, and then he takes 1 retaliate damage. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So she has no extra resources, which sucks for her right now. I will spend this. Actually, no, I'll keep that. We'll spend make the call and Quinn Carrier to Big Bite for 6 damage onto the villain. It's just 7 actually because of Hero's Anger does an additional 1. Just 1 additional hit point, so I'll let her attack as a basic attack for 2 damage onto the villain. I need to deal with this villain thing. I've been forgetting. I've done Thief of Justice 1 time. Kalu got defeated. I forgot to use Thief of Justice on it. That's just on me. Thief of Justice should be getting a little bit more value for what it does than what I've been using with it. That's on me. Like that's an alter ego action. I will attack for 3 damage on the villain. There's like 1 too many times. That ends Heffy's turn. On to Hellcat, who has been neutered by canceling out. That sucks. That is just so bad. 1, 2 for mental training, so at least I'll have that. I've got no extra resources right now. I need to flip. I need to heal. Oh, I can't. Is it at 18? It's at 18? Oh, I need to stay up. Oh, I might lose this. I need to stay up. Otherwise, it's literally over. Actually, you know what? Put 2 back on that and remove 1. This is about to get 3 off the bat. I can't flip any of these 2 right now. That'll win the turns. So it's on 2 and 3. I need to use this. I need to use that real bad. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, there's cuteness. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3. This is the problem when you don't have justice in your deck. I'm starting to lose to this freaking thing. All right. Starts by attacking Jeff. I think I might defend with Jeff. Yeah, Jeff's going to defend, which is good because it's this. Oh, and then Hero's Anger reattaches. Attacks Hellcat. Hellcat has no choice but to defend herself right now. Does she have a defense card in her hand? She does not have cat-like reflexes. For 1 damage, and then 1 damage from the Sky Raiders. Should I just stay up? No, because it's too late. It's too late. It is. This is looking more and more like an L, just because I don't have the justice to deal with this. All my on the prowls are either in the discard pile or right here. And Jeff does not do a lot of thwarting. Card and card. Flatman with guard. While another minion with a lightning rod trait is in play, you may not attack minions in another player's play area. This guy again. It's the 3rd time he's engaged with Hellcat. Speaking of which, Whoops, when they're ready, I'm going to take this. I have no thwarting available to me. Yeah, this is an L right now. Psionic. So here's what I can do. I can 1/2 illusion. It's not attached yet, so it is. I'll remove 2 threat from a scheme, so from the main. I don't have She-Hulk out. Actually, before I do this, let me pay 1, 2 to get Scimitar out. And then I illusion, which will remove. Oh, I've already removed it. I'm losing my mind. This is bad. I cannot flip. I have 3 mental resources. Woohoo! Oh, and then I exhaust this, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Jeff. Quinjet's a really good card. I didn't. Let's do this. I kind of want to play Quinjet. Yeah, didn't somebody deal damage to me? Yeah. 2. That would have been 3. What's this? I can't defeat him. There's no way for me to defeat him. I don't see this ending because this is 3 damage right here. This right here is 3 damage on its own. I might be able to defend using something from Jeff. Let's do this. Let's get Quinjet in. It's at the beginning of the player turn after your turn begins. Yeah. I'm gonna have to end it there. Yeah, the threat removal of these 2 to combine is not enough. So 1. She's gonna deck out, so she needs to get hers first. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 3, 4, deck out, deck out. Then my inverted cards come up, which is a little disappointing. And yeah, then ready. So Hero's Anger is gone. One, two, three. Attacks Hellcat. Hellcat just refuses to draw her defense cards. Defends. Takes 2 damage. Yep, it's over. It's a. No, it's not necessarily. 1, 2. Sky Raider attacks. Hawkeye will block. Mr. Mortal attacks. Jeff will block. So, Hellcat's alive. Now I'll have an acceleration token, which is great. Doesn't even have on the prowl. This is bad. Actually, I can remove a lot of threat with Hellcat. So attacks Jeff. 2. Do I want to use this? No, I might as well just take this. 2, retaliate. 1. 1. 1. And this, and this. This right here might end it. Redeemers. Sky frickin' Island is back. His harem is back. Or back, I mean, finally in play. Attend to me, my lovelies. Oh man, Jeff is in a bad way. He's attacking this crap off for a lightning rod. Which I think the only lightning rod that is in here, because I think it's a 4. I can either get Big Bertha or I can get Dinosaur. So I might as well get freaking Dinosaur. Put it into play, engage with you, right? Which means it gets Quick Strike. Which is just what I have to deal with. Big Bertha is going to be a pain in the ass to kill. I do not want Big Bertha. Alright. Turn moves on. I'm going to have to choose myself. This ignores guard. Okay, so I can just ignore guard. So 1. Oh yeah, and I could move one of these to hit Dinosaur for 1. Or 2, excuse me. So it'll only do 1 damage. So I'm surprised she doesn't have ranged. I spent 1. Let's go with Triskelion because I don't see myself using it. I choose myself. 3 damage to everything engaged with me. So 2 damage to this. 3 here. 2 here, but it does defeat. 3 here, and it does defeat. When defeated, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Let's remove from that main. We're clinging to hope here. 2 for this. It's so badly need to flip. That and this. 3 resources to get Mighty Avengers. I have to flip both of them, which is going to be an L. This is going to be an L of a game. All right, now I'm just kind of delaying the inevitable. Also, this could have been on. Let's put this on Dinosaur, which means that this would have taken 1 additional damage when I attacked. So now this is without a home. Like I could chump block and I could use irresistible cuteness to keep Jeff alive. And then I could defend with Jeff on attacks against Hellcat. But they're not looking good. This is not looking good at all. So let's do this. I will spend 1, 2 for Hell of a Punch for 6 damage. 7. Do I want it to do 7 damage? Yeah, let's just do 7 damage to something. Nothing has guard. What am I doing? Screw it. It's the win. Oh my goodness. I'm. Oh, and then I paid for it using only meant. Oh, that's not aggression, so it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter for that. So I won. I pulled that out of my ass. All right. How do I feel? So reviews of how that went. All right. So Hellcat's doing exactly what I wanted her to do. I'm happy with the 2 mild changes I made to her. I didn't play her all too well, just in this game, but she's doing what I need her to do. She's released for a reason. Let me review my other thing that I made here, Graviton. I'm who are the redeemers that I would have gotten, by the way? Smuggler and Charcoal. They're pretty good to have out there. He's obviously doing pretty well. He almost killed me, and he almost won by threading out. Um, I was prepared, by the way, to remove 4 threat from the main scheme if I attacked him and defeated a minion just from the 2 chase him downs. Um, Graviton. I almost feel like I should include a card in here that forces the inverted in here. It is such a unique mechanic. Um, I have not seen anybody else do an invert type of thing with any of their cards. I haven't played everybody's decks, but I just haven't seen it done before. So to me, it is a unique thing that I've made. So I feel like I should be trying to ensure that it happens. Um, that being said, how would I force it? World and my image might force it. Like, instead of shuffling them into the encounter deck, I could just force them into play. And then you can deal with them like normal. That would be brutal, though, to have finding purpose and pressure in play at the same time. Like, you would have to go into phase 2 knowing, oh my god, it was right here. Was that at the top? His note, like his note at the next card. I forget. Yeah, no, his next card. So that was the next card coming up, which means it would have been lost on an attack. So you would, again, you wouldn't have had finding purpose. Pop up, inverted. Inverted is the other one I have attached to it. Oh, pressure. So inverted stays out stays in the entire time. So I might change the text on it to force inverted and finding purpose to start the game out of play. And then have pressure begin from the start as the new mechanic of it. Where's inverted? So one, yeah, inverts the encounter deck, inverts the player deck. Because, I mean, pressure is a brutal card, but this can probably stay in the deck the entire time. And then I can change World of My Image to make it so when Graviton 2 comes into play, pressure and inverted are put into play. That way, you have to deal with that. Like, that'll force you to really think about when you defeat phase 1 of Graviton. Because if I do change it to forcing them into play, then I probably wouldn't want pressure to be forced into play alongside finding a purpose. Because getting rid of 15 cards from your deck is pretty brutal. To then have finding a purpose happen alongside of it. Because it's also losing 15 cards from this. So he'd be pretty easily getting himself an acceleration token. The lightning bolts function as I wanted to. I think they're done. I think Graviton, I think I'll make that tweak to Graviton. And then I'll probably do another play test on him to make sure it's not awful. The lightning bolts are doing what they wanted them to do. Mecha Hulk just refuses to go into play. I think out of all the times I tried play testing these, Mecha Hulk's going to play like once or twice. And I've play tested my Graviton deck a lot. But it's only been recently that I've been having issues getting these 3 cards into play. None of my side schemes want to enter play at all in this game. I think there's 7 of them total. Jeff. All right, let's give an actual final review of Jeff. He separate his cards out here. Whirlpool. Whirlpool. Irresistible cuteness. Big bites. Kaloo, pleading eyes. Pleading eyes. Big bites. Gwyneth Pool. Gwendolyn. Big bites. Alright, innovation. These are not his cards. These are not his cards. Carrier. Alright, so starting with Jeff and his card here. Jeff himself, kind of useless. He doesn't do anything. He's essentially, his entire identity is just an engine to get Hero's Anger going. He is not a good thwarter, at least with the Spraycon as it is. He does not thwart well. I don't see him doing good thwarting if you play him Justice. He kind of has to be leadership or aggression, I feel. Protection's useless for him, obviously. He wants to take damage. So he's kind of pigeonholed himself into aggression and leadership. Like if you did like a completely meta aspect build for Justice, he'd be fine on Justice. He doesn't have a lot of wiggle room as it stands right now with Justice. Hero's Anger. First off, I like this art way more for this card than the other one. I know from talking to Runboy that this other one is meant to symbolize other people getting angry about Jeff getting hurt, which I understand because I've unfortunately read comics that Jeff is in. I've said it before. I said it last time I streamed Jeff deck. I don't like Jeff. I just don't. And then the whole Marvel Rivals thing just blew him into a stratosphere that I felt was a bit undeserved. That's just a personal gripe for me. I do like seeing Jeff on here a lot more. I think this should be your primary art for Hero's Anger. Again, if I go to, let me pull up Runboy's table, which is right here. If I look at this, I look at this. So if I get Hero's Anger out of here, and then I get Hero's Anger out of here. This one has 2 states, this one does not. So this bag right here is your only one that has the Jeff alt art on it. So you might want to update that here. Maybe you didn't update it because this is technically the one that's on the this right here. So maybe you're just not changing it because you want it to stay reflecting of what this is. You could honestly make the change because I don't think they're going to keep pulling from your table. Just update this unless you tell them that, hey, I updated something. You could probably go ahead and make the change right now. That's just a minor thing, though. That doesn't break any mechanics of your game or anything like that, so it's not the biggest deal. Hero's Anger. How do I feel about it now? I had 2 turns where I got a lot of value. I think I had 2 turns. I know I had one for sure. I think I had 2 turns where Hero's Anger got a ton of value. I know Hero's Anger helped me finish off Dinosaur one time. Despite the fact that I kind of did it out of order. Oh well, I'll take that. Because I attach it to Dinosaur after my turn had already started, but Dinosaur had attacked me, so I had to attach it to somebody, and I wanted it on her because of the aerial damage boost. I still feel that the Big Bite Pleading Eyes and Hero's Anger combo is underwhelming. Um, it's like I said last time I did this, I played this. I didn't upload. I'm not uploading the previous video to YouTube. I just don't think that game went well. It was not entertaining. It was kind of a drag. This one's a lot better. I'll post this one up on YouTube so Runboy can watch it. Or you can go on twitch.tv/the actual Jackson and watch my VOD. Haha, Runboy. I'm farming viewers. I don't think Pleading Eyes and Big Bite are great. I did get a 7 damage Big Bite, and I got a 4 threat removal Pleading Eyes once each. So I don't feel like they're pulling their weight for their cost and what they do basic. 1 for 2. When you have a card that is 1 cost for 2 threat removal on a hero deck, you are really relying on Hero's Anger to be attached to something good. So yeah, you can it's not a forced response to attach it to somebody, so you can choose whether or not you want to attach it. Which means I could have, by technicality, waited to attach it to Dinosaur once you attack. I'm just making sure. So for example, this one right here, 1 for 2. If like Graviton phase 1, if I have it attached to him, that's a 1 for 3. That is a good threat removal, but it's not big. Wish these kind of felt more impactful. When they have Hero's Anger, when they proc their Hero's Anger. Also, these are the only cards in your deck that play with Hero's Anger. When you have a setup card like this, also you might want permanent on this as well. Just so that it doesn't get removed. Well, I guess it's attached to the villain. Maybe you don't need permanent. It'll just get removed from play when it's removed, I guess. And he's nothing else except for Gwenpool play with Hero's Anger at all. Speaking of Gwenpool, I feel Gwenpool's house is more valuable than Gwenpool. This text right here forces it channels her to attack specific ways in order to get her damage boost, because she goes from 1 attack to 3 attack when she attacks somebody with Hero's Anger, because it's the +1 attack, then the +1 damage from that attack. So she gets kind of pigeonholed into attacking where you want her to attack. However, her as thwarting, she is probably your best thwart in this deck. And it's a shame I never got her in play. Just the way the flow of the game, though, I only had Jeff and Alter Ego form twice to heal up, which means, and I think I only had Gwen's house 1 time. So I didn't get. This is the 2nd straight time. I haven't really felt that she's been all that valuable. She can obviously do. Sorry, I had to grab a drink, so I walked away there for a second. She can do some good burst stuff, but I feel she kind of underwhelms with the rest of the Hero's Anger setup. Gwenpool as a card, though, or the Gwenpool's house, awesome. This is awesome. +2 recovery for a character that wants to get hurt. Absolutely. It's a vital card. Kate and Kate's house. So definitely say this is like an A+ card. Let's put these over here. Kate and Kate's house. Kate's is excellent. I did a little bit of her arrows out of like the turn order, because I'm keeping track of a lot of things. I forgive myself. I don't care if other people have a problem with that. Um, I'm keeping track of 3 decks. Um, she's extremely good, and Kate's house makes her better. Um, I wish I would have gotten more value out of this run. I got plenty of value out of it last time. Even then, it's still good value. Like I managed to get 2 more arrows on her, which was 4 more damage that she got to do. Um, I feel like Gwenpool, you can live or die with her out. I feel like you need to get Hawkeye out because if you're if you get attacked, you put Hero's Anger on whoever attacked you, and then she procs that 3 damage right back to whoever attacks you. That is big. And then she can continue hitting enemies for 2 more damage that don't have it. Um, she is extremely important. Her house, I don't find it as good as Gwenpool's house because Gwenpool's house gives you a stat boost. But this being able to put more arrow counters on Hawkeye alone makes it on Gwenpool's house tier. Um, Also, another thing I want to say real quick: the art on all your cards, um, all these cards is really good. Like I said before, the change of art, the alt art card for Hero's Anger is so much better than having Gwenpool shoot up an alley of thugs. The art is like I just like Jeff. He is an adorable character though. And you've managed to get a lot of adorable cards, especially even here, like on your resource cards. He's just I hate Jeff, but he is an adorable little turd. Um, so yeah, Kate Bishop Hawkeye, and Kate's house are easily in the top tier of your cards. Thief for Justice. Just grammatically, 4 should be lowercase. Um, that doesn't break the card. I'm going to deduct 13,000 points from Jeff for this. Um, no, but it's good. I'm yet to get value out of it. Like I know I should be getting value out of it. I just have not gotten value out of it. I know that in this run, I definitely forgot to use it. I think once I got that in play, maybe 4 cards got removed from play. Um, and out of those 4 cards, 2 of them were 1 cost cards, which means that I'm sacrificing this to get rid of 1 threat from a scheme, or using this to get rid of 1 threat from a scheme. Excuse me. I still think it is a really good card. I don't think I'd put it on like the top tier with the rest of these. I still think it's got long term value, especially with more people and more people who might be able to lose their cards more often. Like Hellcat lost, I think, 2 cards that entire game, and one of them happened before Thief of Justice, and the other one I forgot to use Thief of Justice on. Jeff lost Clue, which I forgot to use it on, and lost 2 of his irresistible cutenesses, which I did remember. Thank God I remembered to do it on the 1 cost. Um, I think it is a good card. I don't think it's a great card. I think there are times where it's going to be extremely good, and times where it just doesn't happen. It is a hit or miss card. Irresistible cuteness, great card. I accidentally tried playing it as an event earlier, and then I corrected myself. Great card. It makes sure that you take damage, but it reduces that damage to a manageable amount. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. This right here is probably the one of the most well written cards that you have in here. Um, it does exact like it fits everything that you need for this deck. Um, Whirlpool. When I played Jeff a few days ago, I got more value to Whirlpool on that run. I still think Whirlpool is an excellent card. I had one turn where it knocked out like 2 enemies that were engaged with me and put the other 2 in a really bad position. This right here is way better than Big Bite. Um, you've got room for it. I think this might benefit from maybe some text inclusion to interact with uh, Hero's Anger. I mean, why not, right? Um, because like I said before, the one thing your deck is lacking a lot of is ways to interact with Hero's Anger. The interaction with Hero's Anger is do damage to whoever has Hero's Anger. I feel like this could do something with Hero's Anger. Maybe it does. Maybe it does additional damage, like how Gwen gets +1 attack when she attacks whoever's got Hero's Anger. Maybe this can deal additional damage to whoever's got Hero's Anger on it. Undeniable for feistiness. Yes, it is how you spell feisty. Excellent card. I mean, it's just what it is. Your attacks gain piercing. You get retaliate at 1. So there's no reason to build or put any cards in your deck that have piercing on them because you're going to give it piercing. This makes sure that you can proc your Hero's Anger when you attack. I'd definitely say that these 6 cards right here are your really good cards. Your top tier. This is what you need in this deck out. And, like, you need to get these cards in play. This right here is just a good card, and these ones right here, I'm not getting. I don't care about any of them. I had more luck this time with Big Bite than I've had before. I think last time I played Jeff, I'd never got to use, or I used Pleading Eyes, but it was like a 1 additional threat addition. So it was garbage. It was just 1 for 3. It wasn't worth it. Oh man, I need a drink. I've talked a lot. That being said, would I give this like a passing grade? I need to honestly find where that is. Cast under cast announcements. I forget. I really do forget where it gets like buried in here. That's a doable spreadsheet. When I give this a passing grade, I want to look at what all the things are that you have to grade with this. Wrong thing. What I pass this? So what are aesthetics? Aesthetics, you get a 10. I mean, it's just visually everything about this works. I don't know enough about Jeff to sit here and go like, oh, this is from a different run. I honestly don't care. I don't care about that anyways. Um, if you ever look at my Satana Hallstrom, you'll see I don't care about making your character design from 1 run. Plus, it's Jeff. He's not that old of a character, anyways. It's not like he's been around since his 70s, and he's gone through different phases of his creation. He's just what he is. Your card color is, it's Jeff. That's about all you can say about your card color. It's just Jeff. It just is what he needs to. He doesn't have alternate outfits he wears. He is just a Jeff the Shark. Um, I think it's what is it? Theme. Your theme struggles a little bit. It struggles a little bit. Heroes like it feels like it. Hero's Anger should be bigger than what it is. It is a setup card. Usually, when you have a setup card, you want your deck to run through that setup card, and your deck doesn't run through it. Your deck is largely indifferent to the existence of Hero's Anger. Um, it doesn't. It's just doesn't care about Hero's Anger. You have 3 cards that want Hero's Anger in play, and other than that, I mean, it's struggling. Um, you got better synergy out of your houses interacting with their characters than you have any card, the rest of your cards interacting with Hero's Anger. That's kind of where what I feel about that. Um, does it feel like overpowered or anything like that? No, it definitely does not. It feel honestly, if anything, it feels a little underpowered at times. Um, Where's the grading sheet? Why am I not seeing this? What happened to that? Where's the score sheet? Because I actually want to look at that. Um, oh, here it is. Let me actually look. Where's Jeff? Where's Jeffy? Heffy. Wasp. Jeff is the first one. Let's open this up. So I'm not actually going to. Aesthetics, yeah, again, 10. Okay, so aesthetics are the first one. I'm not going to actually grade it right now. Theme. Does the hero ability fit the theme of the hero? Again, it's that's kind of struggling a little bit. There are cards that definitely do, and they're actually as a theme, yeah, I think they actually all do. It fits his theme. The cards build over off of it. That's a bit spotty. Do the cards support the overarching theme? That's a bit spotty. Do the individual cards promote the action of the hero? Spotty. Hero designs as a nemesis set interact with the theme of the hero. I didn't get your nemesis set this time. Smodok Superior. So Modok, I think I've actually no, I think I did get Modok last time I played Jeff. It's three freaking land sharks. The art on these can be improved. Like this is crisp and clean. This looks fine. This, yeah, actually that's clean. These look blurry, and not in a like how Quicksilver will move too fast and he's looking blurry because he's moving too fast. These are blurry. Um, that's about the only aesthetic thing that in this whole deck that I say isn't up to par with everything else that you made. Um, I mean, the land sharks don't interact with you in any specific way. I'm always a little bit more lenient when it comes to your nemesis stuff than I am. Where's no? That's at the top, right? Discard one card random from your hand. Discard this obligation. If that card was a Jeff card, you may remove it from the game. So honestly, I don't think like Modok Superior definitely interacts with your character, but the rest of the Nemesis set and your obligation really don't seem to interact with Jeff all that much. I think this is a complaint I had with Dazzler as well. Because Dazzler, Lord Havoc's Dazzler, which is also up for a review, um, had this issue where his obligation did not, or Dazzler's obligation did not uh, really cleanly interact with her. It made her discard not obligation, uh, upgrade card, which I felt was not thematic with Dazzler. Her theme is her songs being attached to her thing, her Showtime. Discard one random card from your hand, and I mean that'd be punishing no matter who that was who was given to. I mean, if this was a Hellcat obligation, I would say, man, that really sucks to be Hellcat. It's just a sucky, or not. It's not sucky as in it's bad. It's just sucky. Oh, I don't want to have to deal with this. Um, Modok Superior interacts with them. Land Sharks really don't. Your theme's a little bit all over the place, in my opinion. Um, Materials. Your materials are all here. All your materials are here. You even have a where you did I what happened to it? Is there an insert in here that tells people how they should be playing Jeff? Pretty sure there was, or is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you've got it. Like, I don't hold people down for not having something like a play mat. You have everything that this deck needs. So yeah, that'd be an easy 10. Like I said, I wasn't going to tell you scores on this, but I'd definitely say that's a 10. I can't even move to the second page without grading things. What's the other ones? Mechanics. I forget everything that's written in mechanics. Yeah, your mechanics, they're easy to understand. Um, they're just a little clunky because the hero's anger feels like it should be bigger. Balance, is it balanced? Yes. It does. Some of the other decks in this cycle have felt close to being too powerful. Um, Jeff does not. Jeff kind of feels like if this was an FFG deck, that Jeff would be kind of like middle of the pack of all the rest of them. He doesn't feel overpowered. Um, there are times when he hits like a 2-ton truck, and there are times where he's a feather pillowcase or something. So, yeah, I know what I mean. Fun factor, is Jeff fun? It's always one of the hardest things to judge. Yes, I feel it. I feel he is fun, but I feel it could be so much more fun if more things interacted with Hero's anger. I think I mentioned last time he feels like he should have a card that can put Hero's anger out on his turn. I don't know where you'd get it from. Um, but he just feels like he should have a way to get Hero's anger out on his turn. I just don't. It's one of those things where you kind of wish the character did something, but what would you get rid of to make sure that character could do that? Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him, though. I'm gonna be grading him after this stream's over. Um, would I pass him? I I lean towards no, honestly. Um, and honestly, by the way, how it looks like how people have been grading him, I'd be like the only person who's saying no. From what I've seen. Um, so maybe I'm the one dissenting voice of this. It's just I feel there's a lot of missed opportunities with stuff that can interact with Hero's anger. And I know I talked to you about this before in person, when we played a couple of days ago. It just feels like he's missing something. I really wish he did more with Hero's anger. I wish Hero's anger was doing more on its own. Um, that's where I stand with Jeff as it stands right now. He's if he were to pass on this cycle, I think I'd be for it. I think I'd be okay with it. I would not sit here and go, "How did Jeff pass?" Rah 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 rah. I just don't think I'm personally going to be giving him a passing on this one. It's a narrow margin that I'd be giving him a not pass. I just wish some things cleaned up more with Hero's Anchor. Anyway, I've been dragging on for too long saying that, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been streaming for longer than I should have, for 1 hour and 1 hour and 39 minutes, less time than I thought I would. We managed to get through Graviton pretty quickly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Have a good night slash morning slash day wherever you are. Tell the people you love that you love them. Tell the people that you hate them, including me. If you hate me, tell me that you hate me. All right. Have a